Welcome back to Homelands on CFCR 90.5 FM in Saskatoon, Homelands of the Métis and Treaty 6 territory. Here with Auntie Andy, your favorite auntie, and David Fineday. He's talking about homelessness and the unhoused and, all the issues surrounding that. So go ahead, David.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Looking into the legalities of what they're doing to all these houseless people. It to me, it's a crime to be able to go into something and do something like that. Just take everything. That's a home invasion, break and enter. It's I don't know. They should not be able to do that. Or if they do that, where can they put them? They can't just take their stuff away and say, see you later. There has to be a process in there. Well, okay, we'll take you here. You can have all this stuff, but you can't camp here. We're going to move you into a house or an apartment or a warm up center or something like that. Not just tear your stuff apart and say, see you later. I don't think the fire department or any of those people would like somebody to go into their house and clean it out and say, see you later. That's what it is. Anybody out there. What if somebody just walked into your house and cleaned it out and said, you don't live here no more. Go find some place to live. That's how it is out there. When you turn 18, when you come out of the correctional centers, young offenders, there's a lot of things, a lot of ways to get out there on the street. Runaways, even people who don't live on the reserve, families that have kids that are bouncing out at 18. Right now, I'm trying to get information on how many kids are coming off each reserve, how many are turning 18 and going to be off the reserve, or are they going to be on the reserve? Where are they going to go? What have they learned so that they can take care of themselves when they're 18? Some of them don't have a grade 12 quite. Some of them do have. Some of them have grade 11s. But you're 18, take care of yourself. They don't give you a chance to get into something, to get into carpentry, to get into plumbing, anything like that. It's just see you later. Take care of yourself now. You're growing up. That in itself is mentally challenging when somebody says see you later. You're 18. Yeah. You think, oh no. Open the door and you walk out and there's the world. How many people are educated to walk out that door properly with a job, with a home, with love? Lots of people don't experience all of that. You have homes. You've grown up in good homes. 3 meals a day, a nice bed at nighttime every night, a bath, clean clothes, money to go to the store to spend on yourself. What about these kids that haven't had that opportunity, who grow up rough, steal, get into trouble? They haven't had that kind of a life where they can enjoy themselves and then they know how to work and so they can enjoy themselves in the future. And then be able to share it with a wife and kids to show them that when you haven't been shown anything like that, then how can you teach your kids? I'm glad I got into one good family where they showed me a lot of stuff. from 20 to probably 50 years old, I thought of that family just about every day. Well, how would they do this? How would they do that? And that's how I raised my kids. I love my kids. They're all good. But if I wouldn't have had that little somebody to teach me this and this and that, how would I teach my kids? Yeah. When you have a family, you can teach your family. You can teach your kids, do this, do that. Yeah. Show them, guide them in the right ways. But when you're in the system, you have nobody to guide you. Nobody tell you go do this, do that. Here, we'll get you into guitar lessons. Here, we'll get you into piano lessons. Yeah, you never get that treatment. Maybe one in a thousand or something got treatment like that where it was really good. I know some people who were in the 60s scoop who went on, they're professors, they're school teachers, they're lawyers, but that's only a very, very few of them. And they've had to struggle to get there too. I had to struggle lots. Now I see all these younger people struggling too, and that's why I go out there just to be there, just to talk to them. I go out with a pack of cigarettes and, yeah, David, you got a cigarette? Yeah, let's talk. Man, you should hear some of the stories that come out that people have lived through, and they're still living through it. All they want is a roof over their head, be able to eat 3 meals a day, to be able to go sit down on a couch, put your legs up, and watch TV. Hmm. Go down to the drop-in center. Go and see all your friends over there. No drop-in center? Well, where are all your friends then? They're homeless too. They're houseless. So what do? You get a whole community of homeless people, houseless people, and they'll go and make a tent city. They all take care of each other in that tent city. You need a blanket? Are you hungry? You need a cigarette? Hey, you can't be here. There's always there. That's protection. That's how they protect each other. They're little built-in homes right there. Everybody takes care of everybody. Everybody can hear everybody else laughing, talking, arguing, playing music. That's how it was thousands of years ago. In a teepee circle, everybody could hear everything, everything. And people would get up and say, okay, let's go talk. Let's talk about this. And that's how things were dealt with back in those days. Nowadays, there's nobody like that to talk to. Or there are people, but they're very few, hard to find. Somebody who's going to sit there and really listen and pay attention and comfort you, try and talk to you and make you feel better. That's the only way that these people can be helped. Because there's nothing for them out there right now. There's no drop-in centers, couple places where you can go and eat. Prairie Harm, where you can, if you're into drugs, you can go there. Other than that, Home is on the street. That's home. And nobody will argue with you about that out there on the street because that's their home. You have your home, they have their home. Until we can figure out how to give them houses, I don't think we should be complaining about it. Complaining doesn't get you anywhere. Complaining makes you mad, makes your heart beat faster, makes you shake. Go out there and take somebody. I don't know about donating money for housing. You hear about all this housing stuff on the radio. Oh, billion, there's a million, there's 5 billion, there's been doing this for many years. I see a few places go up here and there, but nothing like what we need. Nothing at all. Same thing with the reserves. They get millions of dollars and millions. And yet, why aren't they building houses? It's hard to, I don't know, I get confused just like right now. How can all this money be out there, billions of dollars all over, and yet there's still homeless people? That's what stuns me. And people complain about it, and nobody wants to do anything about it. They need little single person dwellings. It's like teepees, tents. That's all they need. That's all they want. They don't want mansions, 3-car garages. They don't want that. You go to some houses, apartments, and there's 5 people in the in apartment for a 1-bedroom apartment. And that's not only in that one apartment, that's the whole building. For 30 apartments, there's probably 80 people living in that part in those apartments. Yeah, sometimes 100 if you count the hallways and the stairwells. It's really something. I can see. Um, the rentalsman also is a big factor in this from the decisions what they make. I went through that when I became homeless. I got locked out of my place, which is a legality, which they didn't even look at. It went to King's Bench Court, and it wasn't even brought up. The judge never even said nothing about that. I'm now in the process of going to ombudsman and seeing why they overlooked those legalities. People go through a lot of stuff in the city. Housing is one thing. Saskatoon Police Service is another thing. A few years back, I think it was on my 67th birthday. No, on Yvonne's, my friend's birthday. Yes. Um, we had a birthday party for her. She turned 67. And then I said, hey, I got a couple coolers. Let's go drink them. Okay. We went upstairs to my house, and I think there was 5 of us. And I cracked one bottle, and I poured a drink. 4 of us. One guy didn't drink. Yeah. I said, cheers, happy birthday. And it was real good. All of a sudden there was a ruckus at the door. So I went and looked out the door. There was 4 cops out there. I said, hey, what's happening? Oh, somebody's going to cause trouble here or something. Like, what? What are you doing here? I said, well, we come and check it out. One of them grabbed my cane. Two of them grabbed me by each shoulder. They never let me grab my coat, nothing. And they took me out the door. That one guy led in front, and the guy in the back had my cane. They manhandled me. I couldn't hardly touch the ground, and I broke all my left foot, all my toes, my ankle is all messed up, and I can't walk properly on it without a foot support. And I didn't have time, and I was limping, and the way they were manhandling me, I couldn't walk right, and they said I was drunk. Yeah. I said, no, I'm not drunk. I said, look, we're just having a birthday party. That's it. Nothing big. No, you're causing a disturbance. We're going to arrest you. So sure enough, they took me outside. They manhandled me right to the vehicle. Sat there for about 15 minutes. I said, hey, I have to go to the washroom. He said, no. About 5 minutes later again. Oh, come on, I'm gonna have to go to the washroom. He said, look at there's a lot right there. I'll just go to the bathroom in a lot there. He says, nope. And what was embarrassing was I had to sit there and go right in the back seat of that cruiser. Yeah. They couldn't, I don't know why they didn't charge me with whatever. They took me down to the police station and they put me in a drunk tank. Yeah. I stayed in there all night with wet clothes on. I didn't even, I had a t-shirt and my jeans in. And that was it. I sat there all night just freezing. They didn't give me a blanket or nothing. I couldn't see when I walked into there and the door closed and I just sat down right on the floor. And right where I was sitting, there was a number 12. That's what, I don't know which drunk tank I was in or whatever. I don't know. But I stayed in there all night and I told them, come on, I'm freezing. No, they wouldn't do nothing. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock the next morning, the door opens. You can go now. I said, yeah. I just stood there. You can go now. I said, yeah, I know. Well, aren't you gonna go? Um, I'm blind. I need my stick. And that cop pushed me on my chest and he pushed me back in. They closed the door. About a minute later, the door opened. He hands me my stick. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, are you okay? Here, do you want some juice? The whole picture changed just right there. So I went home, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know if it was, uh, I was so numb. I was so cold all night. I went home. I had a hot bath. I went to bed. I got up about 8 o'clock at night and I was still like that. So I went and had another hot bath. I woke up in the morning and then I told my story. To this day, they have footage, everything of what happened, but they won't let me see it to explain on my terms what happened. That's just what they said, those 4 cops. So in May, I'm having a hearing. I'm not sure what kind, but I'm gonna be able to tell my side of the story. And in doing that, I hope they realize that I'm not the only one that they do that to. I would like to open it up and for other people to come up and say, hey, they did this to me too. They did that to me. It's like I was racially profiled. They walk in there and they just see long hair and brown skin. Oh, there's a drunk. Oh, there's an Indian. Get him. Is it going to get to be like in the States? Shoot first and ask questions later? The other day I was on 20th Street and I have a white cane and I had it folded up and I was getting a ride down 20th and then yeah, I'll jump out here. And I got out and I was talking and I let go of my cane and went and then one it stuck out the door and right away people, hey, he's got a gun. And you wouldn't believe what happened. Everybody just got so excited as soon as that guy said that. I don't know. It's like they're waiting to see it is going to start to be that kind of a problem around here. And I hope it doesn't. I hope things can get better before they get worse. Racial profiling is quite a thing, and it's true. It does happen. I've seen it happen to other people just walking by 20, 30 years ago when it was the worst. When tours were happening, people were getting dropped off all over, getting beat up, getting raped. What can you do? It's to the point where you can't really trust people with a badge anymore. Or they push their badge. Listen to me. They don't think about your rights. It's only the badge rights that they use. Then you try and take them to court. You try and deal with it. And oh no, they're peace officers. They're policemen. They have that right. And yet you don't have the right to refuse anything. I'm not doing nothing. Why do you want to see my ID? Why do I have to get up? Why do I have to put my hands out on the car? I'm not doing nothing. I'm not trespassing. I'm not loitering. Yeah. As soon as you resist, oh, that's resisting arrest. Oh, he touched me. That's assault. You can touch a police officer with your baby finger, and that's assaulting him. Mm-hmm. Quite a thing. They have a lot of power. Lots of them misuse it. It goes to their head, and yeah. But then when they get caught, then what happens? It isn't too often. Excuse me. That's what I mean. If they can come into your tent and take everything, that's a right being broken to me and to all these homeless people, houseless people. Why can they come in and invade your own space, break and enter, destruction of all your stuff? So I'm looking at getting lawyers to look into that, to see the legalities, to see what can be done about it. Or if they're going to do that, then they have to put you somewhere else to replace you. They're kind of doing that in Saskatoon, but people don't, they don't, it's not, they don't like, they don't trust the places. The people in there, um, how you say it, the racism, the people that work there, they look down on you. It's like it's a job for them. They have to do it. They don't want to do. They don't want to be there. They have to be there. And that's the whole thing. If you want to be there, you'll be helping them. But if you have to be there, why? What are you doing? Come on, don't be like that. That's a whole different attitude of wanting to be there or having to be there. And people can catch in on that. I catch in on it right away. The attitudes of people as soon as you talk to them. Hi, oh, good morning, or how they just talk to you. It's like when I was told I didn't I didn't have to go to work. I wanted to go to work. And I was usually there early every morning. And I was one of the last people to leave because I wanted to be there. Yeah. I still had to pay bills, all of that, but I had fun at work. I wanted to be there. All the people at work were good people to work with. But then you run into a few of them. They're not feeling so good. Maybe that they should get a new job, or I don't know. Because one person can take everybody down or bring them down, not take them down, bring them down and make you grouchy, whatever. Me, I like to be at work. That's not like being homeless. They don't want to be homeless. They have to be. So how can we change that? The government, provincial government, federal government, nobody can figure that out how to do it. Yet these governments can throw around all this money, millions and billions or whatever, but they're still out there. And there's going to be more and more out there. So what do? Go to the legislature, say, hey, yes, we want encampments. We want tent cities. That's the only way that it's going to solve anything. If you have designated places where they can go and camp and stay there, and for them to have the right people to take care of it. These First Nations group like Sewe Toten Outreach, which is really good. Sage Clan, straight up. Most of the people in there are First Nations people who have learned to deal with jobs or living. And there's a lot of them that are educated to be counselors, to be addictions counselors, mental health counselors. The younger generation that sees what's happening out there and they want to be out there to help. But it's to get a job to go out there and help these people. There's lots of volunteers right now that go out there. We just go out there and walk and talk to people.
It's just connecting. Well,
Yep.
we're out of time, so thank you so much for your thoughts on this. And you've been listening to David Fineday on Homelands.
Hey, Keith on.